Hey YouTube, Colin here, the Wild CEO, in the studio in Austin, Texas. I haven't been recording consistently because we've been going through a big transaction. We're buying a house actually outside the city, gonna probably raise some goats and sheep, a couple cows, do some chickens, have a vegetable garden. We're moving to get a little bit outside of the busy city, get a little bit closer to nature, spend more time outside, be able to control a little bit more of our food supply as a family, and because I just think it's a better way to raise kids. And my son Daro is now, about 15 months, and I just want him to grow up with that. And then, the next child we have, and if we adopt, a couple other things we might want to do. I also would like to have a space of my own, have a workshop, have a gym outside, a lot of really cool stuff. So I'm super excited about that. I haven't been able to spend as much time on YouTube as I want to. And so today is just a little bit of a recap of what I'm thinking about and things in my life, trying some new formats. For YouTube, I realized that there's definitely an investment ceiling of the time and energy I can put into these videos. And so I'm trying to experiment with some other formats like this, for example, where I can just kind of sit down, I can speak to the camera, maybe on a few topics, maybe on one topic, something I'm thinking, and then do minimal editing on the back end, throw it up, post it to YouTube. And so those of you that are already subscribed, which again, thanks for that, get some value from these so we can establish a little bit of, dialogue, connection still, and then hopefully help you improve in some way, because that's really the only reason I do this, is to help you improve, get value from it, right? If I'm going to spend my time doing something like this, I want to make sure that somebody on the other end is going to get some kind of value and it's going to take some kind of action in their life to live better, think better, feel better, whatever, right? Better, okay? Because life is short, and most of the allergies are, I've been in the studio in a while, so maybe there's some dust, that's what this is all about. Again, I'm not doing any editing on these videos. This is a new format where no edit, straight go. I got to spend time to make sure I'm talking slow enough and not saying like and so and because, all those trigger words, all those transition words. And so this is also a practice for me to get in front of a camera and to work on my speech and my speaking skills. That's actually one of the biggest benefits of YouTube, I feel like, is as an individual, you become more assertive in your statements. You think more about what you say. You take more time to pause, right? Especially now that I'm thinking about it. Notice I've slowed down a little bit. So what is today's topic about? And that is always the hardest part for me. I could talk about a lot of things. I could talk about one thing. That's the hardest part. And I would say, you know what? You got to give yourself a chance and be okay with stopping things or slowing them down. Now, I become obsessed with things, and when I decide I want to do something, and this is good for, getting things done, productivity, like you should think this way, but it can become a strain if you're not fully invested. And with YouTube, I had it where I was going to do a video a day, and I did that for a while, and it was good for practice, and it got content out there, and it helped me refine my message and my speaking skills, stop saying like and and those things. I pretty much eliminated those for the most part from my vocabulary. Even now when I say I get a trigger in my mind that I'm saying it, like I notice I'm saying it. Make it okay for yourself to stop things. I think if you get this skill, it'll be easier to start things, right? Because you won't feel like such a failure, right? You won't be afraid of failing, right? Really, it's just stopping. Because you can pick things up later on. And that's the thing with YouTube, and the internet makes us feel like we have to do it daily, whether it's like posting to Instagram or, whatever. I won't get into all the business stuff, but there's a lot of things that you do have to do on a daily basis if you want to grow it. But something like this and other creative endeavors, it's okay to give your space time to think, right? It's okay to have large gaps in between projects, or maybe try a completely new project, maybe put that project on hold, maybe kill projects completely. And that's how I'm approaching YouTube. Because even now as I talk to you about this is almost like therapy for me. I've still had resistance, I still do in my mind, of the fact that I feel like I need to post more and I need to have a strategy. And I need to have SEO titles, and I need to have all this keyword research, and I need to use all the best practices that everybody's using. Or I need to do these 30-day challenge videos like Matt Diavella or all these other YouTubers, And I don't have to do any of that. I can do exactly what I want to do. In fact, what I've sensed for myself is I sense that there's a form of content that could be very valuable for people, but I haven't figured out what that is for me. Right? And so I've tried to mimic a lot of other styles. I've taken pieces that I like here and there. And that's great. That's what you do, you know. They say all art is imitation, especially originally. And then even then, the baseline, you're imitating or you're stealing or whatever, and then you add your own flair, and now you have your own thing, you know? Like, there's no such thing as like an original idea. People that think that, they don't really understand the origin of ideas. So I'm giving myself a chance like this to slow down, to not be so results oriented with it. I don't have to obsess over subscribers or views or likes, or even for me, I usually obsess over output, right? I don't have to be super productive with this. I can record a video when I want to, and I can leave the camera on the shelf when I don't want to, you know? That's kind of where I'm at. There's definitely obviously a lesson here. You know, I don't have a three-step lesson or an action. I don't, you know, I haven't really researched this video, this topic, but I would say the topic is probably along the lines of, you know, like, what's a project in your life that you can kill completely, that you can maybe stop on, pump the brakes on, hold on, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. I guess it depends on your personality as well, because I'm the type that's just go, 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 and I've actually given I've given myself some time to have space. And I think that's beneficial for a lot of reasons. I have a lot of things going on in life, and I'm trying to simplify, right? If you're the type that just procrastinates, then you might want to flip this, you know? You might want to figure out how you can do something on a daily basis for 30 days until you get the habit, or whatever, right? These are all things to think about. And every person watching this, you watching this, it's going to be different for you. But there's going to be some things here that are applicable. There's going to be some things that resonate with you. Pull on those threads, right? See what unravels. And maybe there's things that you just mentally are carrying and you need to just let it go. Or you need to stop feeling guilty about it. And that's a really big thing. Stop feeling guilty or shameful about things. All guilt and shame is the perception of other people. And most of the time, it's just the perception that you perceive other people might have of you. Most of the time, people aren't even thinking about you that much or at all. Even if you want them to. It's just an unfortunate thing. People are self-absorbed in their own lives. So don't spend so much time worrying about what people might think, what you think they're thinking. Don't go there, okay? And if you have a project and you're feeling shame or guilt around it, maybe your parents expect something of you, school expects your partner expects something. Sometimes you just have to simply tell them, as much as you have to tell yourself, I've stopped that for now. I'm not doing it. I'm not thinking about it. That's all there is to it, right? And a lot of times stringing things along or letting people think you're doing things, right? Even if they're not really caring that much, but you're caring because you think they're caring. Sometimes simply stating what is and what you're doing is all that it takes. If something's in the air and you're not sure, and there's some confusion around it, this person has that idea, that person has that idea, this person's waiting on you, maybe they think you're going to do something, maybe they don't. Sometimes you just have to have a discussion and make a decision. And so a lot of what I've done with YouTube, and I'm still even doing it now as I record this video, is I'm making a decision to just do it sometimes, do it when I'm motivated and inspired, do it because I enjoy it, and not have to turn it into an income-producing business machine. Because that's how I approach most things. If I'm going to invest time in something, it's always like, how can I make money? And it's a hard thing to break when you really get that. Because we do need to do things in life just to do them. We need to do things in life for the sake of enjoyment of doing the thing. Right? And most of the things that I find enjoyment in for the past 5 years have been, you know, business related. And that's great because I do enjoy what I do and I'm not complaining. But I'm trying to balance my life and finding other things that I can do, like play video games or pick up a hobby or something. You know, when we move, I'm going to have a lot of woodworking projects. I'll build a tree house for my son. I'll do things like that. You know, obviously get in touch with my food, raise some animals, etc. Give yourself a chance to, you know, be okay. Be okay with changing things, stopping things, starting things. You know, drop the shame and guilt around it. You'd be surprised what may come out of that. Okay, so I hope today's video was useful. That's all I got for now. You know, like and subscribe. Drop me a comment below if there's anything you ever want me to cover, questions, etc. That can be super helpful because a lot of times I run out of, you know, not just ideas, but just really knowing what to focus on, what idea to do. You know, what people really want to hear, what they're struggling with. What can I talk on that can provide value? Okay, thanks for watching.